Nagbabalik po ang Rotary in Action at oras na para sa ating Governor's Corner, kung saan kikilalanin natin ang ating featured Rotarian or Rotarians of the Night at ang kanilang kwentong nagsasaad ng kanilang mga proyekto. Bago ko po ipakilala ang ating mga panauhin ngayong gabi, panoorin po natin ito.
End polio now. Make history today. This is the message of the 2014 celebration of World Polio Day held last October 24. Rotary leaders and their partners in service joined together to commemorate this momentous event.
Now, polio eradication will leave in place a vast network of healthcare and public health infrastructure that will benefit people and communities for generations to come. In fact, it's already happening. We're seeing it right now, how polio eradication assets, emergency response centers, labs, surveillance networks, help Nigerian health authorities successfully contain the deadly Ebola virus. And I should add that the Ebola outbreak, especially the way it reached the United States, simply underscores the fact that infectious diseases are always a mere plane ride away. And so by any measure, from any perspective, polio eradication will be a huge win for global health at a time when the world is sorely in need of a victory of that magnitude. And that's why Rotary is hosting this important program.
The total number of global cases to date is 247, compared with 298 for the same period last year. Outside Pakistan, which saw its polio cases spike this year, the number of cases has been 35, a dramatic decrease from 187 a year ago. Pakistan accounts for 85% of global cases of polio this year.
And to give us a better understanding on how they celebrated World Polio Day last October 24, let us all welcome our guests from the Rotary Club of Paraiso, Past President Rico Tongos, Past President Grace Ranho, Best Class President Rosita Garcia, my compadre, Past President Monching Romualdo, soon to be President Karen Yap, and the new Rotarian of the Rotary Club, Sheila Kasahe, and Past President Dennis Yap. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Kayo ang kilalang-kilala sa District 3780 for spearheading year after year yung ating End Polio Now, or what we call the Polio Plus program. Ano ba ang mga nagiging activities ng inyong club tuwing sasapit itong mga ganitong araw na End Polio Day celebration?
During our day, I think it's October 24, we went to the lying clinic of one of the adopted barangays of Paraiso, the Damayan, and then we administer the polio drops among infants. And then, I think like September, we assisted the public health and the doctors in house-to-house campaign in order to maintain that or sustain the eradication and mass immunization within the vicinity of our adopted barangays.
Thank you, Rosita. Tanong ko lang kay Doc Rico, to your recollection, how did Rotary get involved in polio eradication program?
Well, in 1979, Filipino Rotarians started assisting in the immunization of polio to children. Thereafter, Rotarians in other countries like in Brazil also followed suit. And the Rotary International adopted this program and called it the Polio Plus program. which included other vaccines aside from the oral polio vaccines, the primary vaccines of BCG, DPT, and others. In 1988, the Rotary International partnered with UNICEF and the US CDC to form the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. At that time, there were 350,000 cases per year of polio victims.
Oo, ganun pala. So, 1988 pa tayo nag-umpisa sa Rotary ng End Polio. Tanungin ko naman si Grace kaya, what is the status of this Global Polio Eradication Initiative as of now?
Okay. As Doc Rico has mentioned, the Global Polio Eradication Program entails partnering with government health organizations in the conduct of national immunization activities. And it is this program which now serves as the vehicle for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, by which they raise awareness and raise funds as well. They asked Rotary to provide, for instance, a certain amount which they give the equal amount for. So Rotary has now given $1.4 billion, and that has touched the lives of 2.5 billion children. So that last year, there were only 282 reported cases as against the large number that Doc Rico has mentioned earlier.
Biro niyo yun, ano? From 350,000 in 1988, we now have a record of only 280
reported cases.
Oo. So, ang laki na talaga ng binaba. And this is why Governor June Falcon said last week that percentage-wise, parang 99.8% na yata ang accomplishment natin. Kanina, there was a lot of mention about World Polio Day. Ano ba ito? What is World Polio Day?
Well, World Polio Day is a live stream online program held in Chicago. It was done last year, and this year it coincided with the 100 years birthday of Dr. Jonas Salk, one of the inventors of the polio vaccine. In short, the update is there are only 3 countries left which are endemic in polio. These are Pakistan, because of the Taliban crisis, which banned immunization in the areas they control, Afghanistan, and Nigeria. But all in all, as you've said, polio eradication is now 99%.
I see. And the situation in Pakistan is that meron kasing area na hindi natin mapasok, ganun ba yan?
Yes.
Because of the Taliban. I see. Would it be the same situation in Afghanistan and Nigeria, would you know? Or what obstacles remain kung bakit hindi natin talaga mapugsa yung polio in Nigeria and Afghanistan?
Northern Pakistan has some civil unrest.
I see.
And it's very hard for the volunteers and health personnel to immunize children when there's war. So that's the stumbling block.
I see.
It's a civil unrest.
Oh. So, how do the Rotary clubs promote polio eradication then?
Well, the Rotary Club of Paraguay has been very active in sharing ideas and updates about eradication of polio, like in social networking, like in our Facebook. And look at our T-shirt. We printed this T-shirt with the logo of End Now Polio, and we are using this in some of our activities, like in the community service communities. For example, during our participation in the mass immunization in the district of Prisco, house-to-house mass immunization of Ligtas Tigdas, initiated by the Department of Health, and the oral vaccination. And then also during the celebration of the Quezon City Jubilee, when we used this T-shirt in assisting the patient there, especially in Masambong, and some other activities. In intercity meetings, we also use this T-shirt. So that is one way of heightening or the level of awareness of all Rotarians, members of the Paraiso, and the public as a whole about the advocacy on the eradication of polio.
Of course, one other way is by donating to the Rotary Foundation.
Yes. Aside from contribution to TRF, some clubs of the district conducts their own fundraising, and then activities that could raise funds. I think one of the activities was in Makati. They conducted their own fundraising, and even they are putting signages even in buses in order to promote the advocacy on eradication of polio.
Of course, Doc Rix, Grace, Rosita, and the rest. No? Katatapos pa lang naman ng World Polio Day. But maybe we should start planning. Or have you started planning for next year?
Yes.
Maybe next year we can think of something more meaningful and a bigger celebration. So what do you think should be prepared for 2015 World Polio Day? Well, here, and then I know that worldwide there is also a plan being cooked up already.
Definitely there will be a milestone celebration. But I think the emphasis that should be given is that, given that the 5 World Health regions have been already declared certified as polio-free, in 2015, polio will be controlled in Africa. And that is a big reason to celebrate, because Africa's gone through so much with the Ebola and other civil unrest. And then, as Dr. Rico said, in Pakistan, it will be declared endemic, which is a far cry from what it is today and what it was in the past. No? And then for celebrations, Rotary has been very creative, resourceful in the way they declare polio as an advocacy. And maybe it's something we should watch out for.
I see. So, sana nga, because sabi nga ni Grace, by next year we hope that there will be no more polio cases in Africa. So what will remain will be Pakistan and Afghanistan. And it seems the challenge really in these areas is because there is just unrest, no, that prevents the volunteers from getting in and implementing the vaccine. Well, siguro imbitahan natin ang ating mga viewers to more actively participate in the End Polio Now program of Rotary. Doc? Lalo na sa district natin.
You can all participate by signing up in the World Polio Day website through Facebook, and sign up a petition encouraging all governments in the world to continue funding polio eradication efforts in their country, especially in Pakistan, where there is an obstacle in the full implementation of the immunization program. So everyone is encouraged to join in. You don't really have to donate funds. You just give your voice to polio eradication.
Well, maraming salamat sa inyo for visiting the program. It's a pleasure having you, knowing how noble the cause, that the advocacy that you are pushing in the Rotary Club of Paraiso. So magandang gabi sa inyo and maraming salamat Doc Rico, Grace, Rosita, of course paring Monching, Karen, Sheila, and Dennis. And hope to see you again in this program sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Rosita. Okay. Sa ating mga kasambahay, yan po ang kabuuan ng ating Governor's Corner ngayong gabi. Magbabalik ang Rotary in Action.